controversy, criticism, and charisma, some actors attract as much heat as they do fame. From roles that sparked outrage to off-screen behavior that turned fans into critics, these 25 black actors have faced serious backlash over the years. Whether fair or not, their names stirred debate. Let's dive in. 1. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett was riding high as Jamal Lyon on the hit show Empire. The talented singer and actor was playing a gay character on one of TV's biggest dramas, and fans loved him for it. But then January 2019 happened, and everything changed forever. Smollett claimed he was attacked by two men in Chicago who yelled slurs at him, put a noose around his neck, and poured bleach on him. The story made headlines everywhere. People were outraged and rallied behind him, but then the police investigation took a wild turn. It turned out Smollett had allegedly paid two brothers he knew to stage the whole thing. The brothers were bodybuilders who had worked on Empire as extras. They said Smollett paid them $3,500 to fake the attack because he was unhappy with his salary on the show. The whole thing fell apart faster than a house of cards. People felt completely betrayed. Here was someone who had used a serious issue like hate crimes to get attention and sympathy. The backlash was instant and brutal. Empire wrote him off the show, and his career basically ended overnight. He was charged with filing a false police report and went through a messy legal battle that lasted years. 2. Mo'Nique. Mo'Nique won an Oscar for her powerful performance in Precious. She was on top of the world in 2010, holding that golden statue and giving an emotional speech. But her relationship with Hollywood has been rocky ever since. The comedian and actress got into very public fights with some of the biggest names in black entertainment. She called out Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels, saying they blackballed her from the industry. She claimed they were upset because she didn't campaign for her Oscar win the way they wanted her to. Mo'Nique said she was being punished for not playing the Hollywood game. She refused to do unpaid promotional work and wouldn't schmooze at industry events. Some people saw her as brave for speaking up about how actors get treated. Others thought she was being difficult and unprofessional. She also had issues with Netflix, claiming they lowballed her with an offer that was way less than what white comedians got for their specials. She organized a boycott and took her complaints public. Some supported her fight for equal pay, while others thought she was creating unnecessary drama. 3. Stacey Dash. Remember Dion from Clueless? Stacey Dash was the gorgeous best friend who delivered iconic lines in the 1995 movie. She seemed like she'd have a long career ahead of her. But then politics got in the way. Dash became a vocal conservative and started appearing on Fox News as a commentator. She said things that made a lot of people in the black community really angry. She criticized Black History Month, saying it was unnecessary and divisive. She also made comments about the BET Awards that rubbed people the wrong way. In 2012, she supported Mitt Romney for president and faced a storm of criticism on social media. People were shocked that the actress they remembered from their favorite teen movie was expressing these views. The backlash was intense, with thousands of angry messages flooding her social media accounts. She doubled down on her positions and kept making controversial statements. She talked about slavery in ways that made people uncomfortable and seemed to dismiss the ongoing struggles of Black Americans. Her acting career basically disappeared, and she became known more for her political takes than her performances. 4. Chris Brown. Chris Brown burst onto the scene as a teenage sensation with hits like Run It. He could sing, dance, and had that young heartthrob appeal. But in 2009, everything changed the night before the Grammy Awards. Brown assaulted his then-girlfriend Rihanna, leaving her with visible injury. The photos of Rihanna's bruised face were leaked and shocked the world. Here was this young man who seemed so wholesome, and he had done something so violent to someone he was supposed to love. The backlash was immediate and severe. Radio stations stopped playing his music. Award shows canceled his performances. Fans were disgusted and felt betrayed. Brown pleaded guilty to assault and got probation, but the damage to his reputation was done. He has tried to make comebacks over the years, and he still has loyal fans who support his music. But every time he seems to be getting back on track, something else happened. He has had multiple run-ins with the law, gotten into fights, and made statements that keep reminding people of that night in 2009. 5. Kanye West. Kanye West started as a producer and became one of the biggest names in hip-hop. He has also dabbled in acting and has been involved in various film projects. But his mouth has gotten him into more trouble than his talent has gotten him out of. His controversial statements started early in his career. Remember when he said, "George Bush doesn't care about black people," during Hurricane Katrina? That was just the beginning. He has made comments about slavery that made people's jaws drop, saying it sounded like a choice. He has supported political figures that many in the black community strongly oppose. He has made anti-Semitic statements that got him dropped by major brands and partners. His behavior has been erratic and unpredictable, leaving fans and the public confused about what he might say next. His marriage to Kim Kardashian kept him in the headlines, but not always for good reasons. He has made public statements about their relationship and their children that many found inappropriate. When they divorced, his social media posts about the situation made people even more uncomfortable. 6. Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks is a talented rapper and actress who could have been huge. She has got skills and a unique style that set her apart from other artists, but her behavior on social media has overshadowed her artistic abilities. Banks has gotten into feuds with practically everyone in the entertainment industry. She has gone after other female rappers, pop stars, and even her own fan. Her Twitter account has been suspended multiple times because of the things she has said to people. She has made shocking statements about race, sexuality, and other sensitive topics that have left people speechless. Sometimes it seems like she is trying to be provocative just for attention. Other times, it appears she genuinely believes what she is saying. Her unpredictable behavior has made it hard for her to maintain relationships in the industry. Record labels have dropped her, and collaboration opportunities have dried up. She is talented enough to have a successful career, but her reputation for being difficult has gotten in the way. 7. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard is a skilled actor who has been in major movies and TV shows. He was nominated for an Oscar for his role in Hustle and Flow and starred in the first Iron Man movie, but his personal life has been filled with controversy. Howard has faced multiple allegations of domestic violence from different women over the years. His ex-wives have made serious accusations about his behavior during their marriages. These allegations have followed him throughout his career and affected how people see him. He is also known for having some unusual beliefs about math and science. He has claimed that traditional mathematics is wrong and has his own theories about how numbers work. While this might seem harmless, it's added to his reputation as someone who's difficult to work with. On movie sets, there have been reports of him being hard to deal with. He has allegedly had conflicts with directors and co-stars. His behavior has been described as erratic and unprofessional by some people who've worked with him. 8. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. was on top of the world in the 1990s. He won an Oscar for Jerry Maguire and gave that memorable "Show Me the Money" speech. He was charming, talented, and seemed like he'd be a star forever. But in recent years, his reputation has taken a serious hit. Multiple women have come forward with allegations of sexual misconduct against him. The accusations range from inappropriate touching to more serious claims. These allegations have been made by women in different cities and at different times. Gooding has denied the accusations, but they've had a major impact on his career. He has faced legal battles and court appearances that have kept him in the news for all the wrong reasons. The man who once had Hollywood at his feet is now dealing with a damaged reputation. His behavior at public events has also raised eyebrows. There have been reports of him acting inappropriately at parties and other gatherings. These incidents have added to the perception that there might be truth to the allegations against him. 9. Tyrese Gibson. Tyrese Gibson has had success as both an actor and a singer. He has been part of the Fast and Furious franchise and has released multiple albums, but his personal drama has often overshadowed his professional achievements. Gibson has had very public feuds with his Fast and Furious co-stars, particularly Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He has made angry posts on social media accusing Johnson of being selfish and hurting the franchise. These rants have made him look unprofessional and difficult to work with. His custody battle with his ex-wife has played out in the public eye. He has made emotional videos and posts about the situation, sometimes crying and pleading with fans for support. While people sympathize with anyone going through a custody battle, his very public approach has made some people uncomfortable. He has also had financial problems that he has discussed openly on social media. He has asked fans for money and made posts about his struggles that have left people wondering if he is okay. His erratic behavior online has worried fans and industry professionals alike. 10. Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown was a Disney Channel star who appeared on shows like That's So Raven. He was a talented young actor who seemed to have a bright future ahead of him. But his adult life has been filled with troubling incidents that have shocked his former fans. Brown has had multiple run-ins with the law, including arrests for various charges. His behavior has been erratic and concerning, leading people to worry about his mental health and well-being. He has appeared in interviews where he has made bizarre statements and seemed disconnected from reality. He has made wild claims about other celebrities and has gotten into public feuds with people from his past. His social media presence has been chaotic, with posts that don't make sense and behavior that's worried his fans. What makes it even sadder is that people remember him as a talented kid who made them laugh. His transformation from a beloved Disney star to someone who's known more for his troubles than his talent has been hard to watch. Fans who grew up watching him have expressed concern and sadness about what's happened to him over the years. 11. Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer has been in the spotlight since she was a kid, starring in movies like Akeelah and the Bee and shows like True Jackson, VP. She has got talent, personality, and has built a solid career over the years, but sometimes her social media presence gets her into hot water. Palmer is known for being very open about her personal life online. She shares everything from relationship drama to family issues to her thoughts on current events. While some fans love her honesty, others think she shares way too much. People have accused her of being performative and doing things just for attention. When she was pregnant, she documented almost every moment on social media. Some people found it sweet and relatable, but others thought it was over the top. She has also been very open about her relationship struggles, including issues with her baby's father. The back-and-forth drama played out publicly, and some people got tired of hearing about it. Palmer has also gotten into online arguments with other celebrities and influencers. She is not afraid to speak her mind, which can be refreshing, but sometimes it comes across as picking fights for no reason. Her fans defend her as being authentic, but critics say she is just stirring up drama for engagement. She has also made some comments about other women in the industry that have rubbed people the wrong way. Sometimes she'll make observations about how other female celebrities dress or behave, and people call her out for being judgmental. Her outspoken nature is both her strength and her weakness. 12. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has worn many hats in entertainment. He has been a comedian, actor, TV host, and rapper. He was married to Mariah Carey for a while and seemed to have the perfect life. But his mouth has gotten him into serious trouble over the years. In 2020, Cannon made some really controversial comments on his podcast about Jewish people and white people. He talked about conspiracy theories and made statements that many people found offensive and anti-Semitic. The backlash was swift and severe. Viacom-CBS, the company behind many of his shows, fired him immediately. He lost his job hosting Wild 'N Out and other projects he was working on. The Anti-Defamation League and other organizations condemned his comments. Even some of his celebrity friends distanced themselves from him. Cannon initially doubled down on his statements and seemed defiant about the whole situation. He demanded an apology from Viacom-CBS and ownership of Wild 'N Out, but eventually he realized how serious the situation was and started apologizing. He met with Jewish leaders and tried to educate himself about the harm his words caused. He did get some of his jobs back after apologizing and showing he was willing to learn. But the whole situation damaged his reputation and made people question his judgment. Some people forgave him, while others never forgot what he said. 13. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams built her career on being the queen of gossip and hot takes. Her talk show, The Wendy Williams Show, was popular for years, and she was known for her "How you doin'" catchphrase and her willingness to spill tea about celebrities. But Williams has said some pretty harsh things about people over the years. She has made fun of celebrities' appearances, mocked their personal struggles, and sometimes crossed lines that made people uncomfortable. She once made jokes about a person's cleft lip, and people were outraged. She has also made comments about mental health issues that have been insensitive. When celebrities have struggled with addiction or other problems, she has sometimes been cruel instead of compassionate. Her approach to gossip has been to go for the jugular, and that's turned some people off. Williams has had her own personal struggles become public, including her divorce and health issues. Some people felt like karma was coming back to bite her after years of being mean to others. Her show ended partly because of her health problems, and some people weren't sympathetic. 14. Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan was a beloved cast member on Saturday Night Live and 30 Rock. He was known for his wild sense of humor and his ability to make people laugh with his crazy characters. But in 2011, he crossed a line that shocked even his fans. During a stand-up comedy routine in Nashville, Morgan made some really offensive jokes about gay people. He said things that were so homophobic and violent that people in the audience were uncomfortable. When word got out about what he said, the backlash was immediate and intense. LGBTQ+ organizations condemned his comments, and fellow comedians spoke out against him. People who had always supported him felt betrayed and hurt. The jokes weren't just unfunny, they were genuinely harmful and promoted violence against gay people. Morgan initially tried to defend himself, but he quickly realized how serious the situation was. He apologized publicly and met with LGBTQ+ groups to try to make amends. He seemed genuinely sorry and worked to educate himself about the harm his words had caused. The incident changed how people saw him. While many forgave him after his apology, others never forgot what he said. It was a reminder that even comedians have to be careful about the impact of their words, especially when they're promoting hatred or violence. 15. Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg has been a household name for decades. She has won awards for her acting and has been a co-host on The View for years. But her time on the talk show has gotten her into several controversies that have made people question her judgment. One of the biggest controversies happened when she made comments about the Holocaust. She said that the Holocaust wasn't about race, which sparked outrage from Jewish communities and historians. Her comments were seen as minimizing the racial aspects of the Nazi genocide. The backlash was immediate and intense. People felt like she was dismissing the experiences of Holocaust victims and showing ignorance about history. She was suspended from The View temporarily and had to apologize multiple times. Goldberg has also defended some controversial figures over the years, including people accused of serious crime. Her willingness to give certain people the benefit of the doubt has sometimes put her at odds with public opinion. People have accused her of being tone-deaf about serious issues. She has also made comments about race and politics that have divided people. Sometimes she takes positions that surprise people, and not always in a good way. Her long tenure on The View has given her plenty of opportunities to say things that get her in trouble. 16. Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox has had a long career in Hollywood, starring in movies like Kill Bill and Independence Day. She has been around for decades and has seen the industry change a lot over the years, but sometimes her comments about younger actors and current events have gotten her in hot water. Fox has had a very public and messy relationship with 50 Cent that has played out in the media for years. Their back-and-forth insults and accusations have made both of them look bad at times. She has made comments about their relationship that some people found inappropriate or attention-seeking. She has also made comments about younger actresses and influencers that have rubbed people the wrong way. Sometimes her observations about how the industry has changed come across as bitter or jealous. She has criticized younger women for their career choices and behavior in ways that some people find hypocritical. Fox has also made comments about Meghan Markle and other black women in the spotlight that have divided people. Some see her as speaking truth, while others think she is being unnecessarily critical of other women. Her willingness to give her opinion on everything has sometimes backfired. 17. Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs has had a successful career on Broadway and in Hollywood. He has been in movies like How Stella Got Her Groove Back and TV shows like Private Practice. He is generally well-liked and hasn't had major scandals, but he did get into trouble for comments about his biracial son. Diggs has a son with his ex-wife Idina Menzel, who is white. He has made comments about not wanting his son to be identified only as black, saying he wants him to embrace both sides of his heritage. While this might seem reasonable, it sparked backlash from some people in the black community. Critics said that his comments showed he was trying to distance his son from his black identity. They pointed out that society will see his son as black regardless of how Diggs wants him to be identified. Some people felt like he was being naive about how race works in America. The backlash wasn't as severe as what other celebrities have faced, but it did make some people question his understanding of racial identity. He tried to clarify his comments, but some people remained critical of his approach to raising his biracial son. 18. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was on top of the world when he was chosen to host the Academy Awards in 2018. He was one of the biggest comedians in the world and seemed like a safe choice for the prestigious gig. But then his past caught up with him. Old tweets from Hart resurfaced where he made homophobic jokes and comments. The tweets were from years earlier, but they were still hurtful and offensive. LGBTQ+ groups and allies called for him to be removed as host of the Oscars. Initially, Hart was defiant and said he wouldn't apologize again for things he had already addressed. He seemed frustrated that people were bringing up old material and didn't want to keep apologizing for the same things, but the pressure kept building. Eventually, Hart stepped down from hosting the Oscars rather than deal with the continued controversy. He did apologize, but some people felt like it was too little, too late. The whole situation overshadowed what should have been a career highlight. 19. Terry Crews. Terry Crews has been beloved for his roles in shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and for his advocacy work around toxic masculinity. He has been open about his own experiences with sexual assault and has been praised for speaking out about difficult topics. But during the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, Crews made some comments that put him at odds with many people in the black community. He tweeted about Black Lives Matter potentially becoming Black Lives Better, which many people saw as dismissive of the movement. He also made comments that seemed to equate black people fighting for equality with black supremacy. Many people felt like he was using false equivalencies and not understanding the point of the Black Lives Matter movement. The backlash from the black community was swift and harsh. Crews tried to clarify his comments, but many people felt like he was missing the point entirely. Some accused him of trying to appeal to white audiences at the expense of his own community. His comments were seen as tone-deaf and harmful during a crucial time for racial justice. 20. Monique Coleman. Monique Coleman is best known for playing Taylor McKessie in the High School Musical movies. She was part of one of Disney's biggest franchises and seemed to have a bright future ahead of her. But her post-Disney career has been quieter, and some of her recent behavior has confused fans. Coleman has given some interviews over the years where she has made complaints about her time with Disney and her treatment compared to other cast members. While some of her concerns might be valid, the way she has presented them has sometimes come across as bitter or attention-seeking. She has also made comments about the entertainment industry and her career that have seemed odd to fans. Sometimes she acts like she has been blacklisted or treated unfairly, but people aren't always sure what she is talking about. Her complaints have sometimes seemed vague or exaggerated. Her behavior has been more puzzling than truly controversial, but it's definitely changed how some people see her. 21. Meagan Good. Megan Good was living her best life as a successful actress when she married Pastor Devon Franklin in 2012. You would think that would be a fairy tale ending, right? Well, not exactly. The internet had some thoughts about her wardrobe choices, and they weren't shy about sharing them. One day, Megan showed up to a red carpet event looking absolutely stunning in her signature form-fitting dresses and plunging neckline. She has been rocking this style since her early days in Hollywood, from movies like Waist Deep to Think Like a Man. But suddenly, because she was married to a man of God, people decided she needed a complete makeover. The criticism came from all angles. Church folks were clutching their pearls, saying a pastor's wife shouldn't dress so worldly. Social media was buzzing with comments about how she needed to cover up and respect her husband's position. Some people even suggested she was being a bad example for young Christian women. But here's the thing about Megan. She wasn't about to let anyone dim her shine. She kept showing up to events in her fabulous outfits, giving interviews about how she and her husband supported each other's choices. Devon even wrote a book called The Wait, where he talked about their relationship and how they navigated these challenges together. The whole situation got even more interesting when Megan started speaking at churches and women's conferences. She would show up in her usual style, and you could practically feel the tension in the room. Some people loved her message about staying true to yourself, while others were still stuck on her outfit choices. 22. Raven-Symoné. Oh, Raven-Symoné. Where do we even start? This girl went from being America's sweetheart on The Cosby Show and That's So Raven to becoming the queen of controversial comment. The drama really kicked off when she joined The View as a co-host in 2015. Suddenly, Raven was sharing her opinions on everything. And trust me, some of those opinions were not it. She made comments about not wanting to hire people with ghetto names, which had Black Twitter losing their mind. Like, girl, what are you even talking about? But wait, there's more. She also said she didn't consider herself African American, preferring to be called just American. Now, everyone's entitled to their identity, but the way she explained it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It sounded like she was trying to distance herself from her blackness, which didn't sit well with the community. Then came the comment about not wanting to be labeled as gay either, even though she was in a relationship with a woman. People were confused and frustrated because representation matters, especially when you're a public figure. Her fans felt like she was rejecting parts of herself that they connected with. The internet was brutal. Memes started flying, Twitter fingers got to typing, and suddenly everyone had something to say about Raven's views. Some people defended her right to identify however she wanted, while others felt like she was being tone-deaf about important social issues. 23. Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield is one of those actors who is incredibly talented but also incredibly unpredictable. You know him from amazing performances in Atlanta, Sorry to Bother You, and Judas and the Black Messiah. The guy can act his face off, but sometimes his social media presence makes people go, wait, what? The first red flag was his Instagram post. Lakeith would share these deep philosophical thoughts that sometimes came across as a little too intense. He would post about conspiracy theories, spiritual awakenings, and other topics that had people wondering if he was okay. His fans started getting worried because the posts seemed erratic and concerning. But the real drama happened when he got caught up in an anti-Semitic chat group situation. Lakeith was in some online space where people were sharing harmful content about Jewish people. When this came to light, he had to issue an apology, explaining that he was there to understand different perspectives, but acknowledging that his presence was harmful. The whole thing was confusing because Lakeith has always seemed like a thoughtful, conscious person. He has spoken about social justice issues and played important roles in films that tackle serious topics. So when this controversy hit, people didn't know what to think. His apology seemed genuine, but some people felt like the damage was already done. Others were willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, especially since he owned up to his mistake. 24. Jason Mitchell. Jason Mitchell had everything going for him. He starred in Straight Outta Compton as the legendary rapper Eazy-E, and that role launched him into Hollywood stardom. He was getting praised for his acting skills, landing more roles, and seemed to be on track for a successful career. Then everything came crashing down. The first major hit came when he was fired from The Chi, a popular Showtime series where he played a main character. The show's creator, Lena Waithe, made the decision to let him go. And while the specific details weren't immediately clear, it became obvious that there were serious misconduct allegations behind the scenes. Soon after, more stories started coming out. There were reports of inappropriate behavior on various sets, making female cast members and crew members uncomfortable. The allegations painted a picture of someone who had trouble understanding professional boundaries and respectful workplace behavior. What made the situation even worse was how quickly his career opportunities dried up. He was dropped from Netflix's Desperados and removed from other projects he was supposed to be part of. In Hollywood, when multiple people start speaking up about someone's behavior, the industry tends to distance itself pretty quickly. 25. Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was on top of the world, with people claiming it was harmful to the minors involved. What made the situation even more complicated was how Tiffany initially handled it. She seemed to downplay the seriousness of the allegations, which made people even more upset. When you're accused of something involving children, the public expects you to take it very seriously. Just plain bad press, these 25 black actors have faced serious backlash over the years. Do you agree with this list, or think someone else should have made the cut?